Nessa girl, what's the tea, honey? Did you get into these medicine wires down in Antigua? Now, before we get into the episode, first order of business. Bravo, people. Bravo, people. Whoever the fuck told y'all to move Married to Medicine on Saturdays, they ass need to be shot. I don't know what marketing survey y'all did, what market research, or what kind of ratings push y'all are trying to get on Saturday night, but ain't nobody trying to watch no goddamn Married to Medicine or any other reality TV show on no Saturday night. Saturday night is game night. Saturday night is bowling night. Saturday night is date night. Saturday night is anniversary party night. Saturday night is company party night. Saturday night is pizza night with the kids. It is not sit down and watch reality TV night, okay? That's for Sundays when you just want to sit down, relax, kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the Married to Medicine beat. Yes, God, honey, and speaking of beat, somebody else was about to get thrown overboard, Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me tell you something. Dr. Scott was about to have Dr. Simone ass screaming, SOS, SOS, SOS. They say, Gladys, you know you work too hard. Listen, y'all, why is it that when your song come on, do y'all see that? It was just a natural reflex. Bitch, that hand, this how you know my song go, bitch. When my hand go up and I start snapping that finger, that head go down, yes. Black people, we so predictable. Nevertheless, honey, Dr. Scott was about to get in that ass about his wife. Yes, God, he said, don't come around here with that bullshit. Dr. Scott said, I don't give a damn if you got a dick or a vagina. You're not finna talk to my wife any old kind of damn way in my presence. And let me tell you something. I ain't gonna make no determination on if Scott was right or wrong. I will say this. I understood him because I'm the same way. I'm not finna let you come at somebody that I love, especially if I feel it's unwarranted. And I think Scott was frustrated with the fact that the ladies, Toya and Simone, have come at Contessa for like shit that she shouldn't have to explain, which is getting surgery. Now let me tell you something. After watching this episode and the previous episode, either they edited something out or Contessa connects dots that don't need to be connected. At no point, at no point in my spirit did I ever pick up Simone was siding with Toya and kind of exuding Toya's energy when it came to Contessa. I didn't get that. I think Contessa gets a little paranoid, even down to Toya hit her in the chest on purpose. Like, Contessa, the way you know, it'd be a tad bit of a reach. Now, I do understand, and I said this in my previous video, I do understand Contessa's frustration with the welcome back to the fold, welcome back. She like, girl, I never went nowhere. I was just down for surgery. Like, stop. I don't need to be welcomed back into the fold because I was never fell out the fold. Mariah needs to be welcomed back to the fold. Or, you know, Miss Renee needs to be welcomed back from the fold. But when was I ever put out the fold? I just had surgery. So I think because that welcome back to the fold carries the same connotation that it does when they say it to Mariah and to people who've been gone for a long time. I think that's why Contessa continues to say, even though I had surgery, like, don't make it seem like I was just gone for some bad reason or for no apparent reason. And then, you know, Simone took it too far either, because she kept saying, you shoving it down our throats. I mean, I just don't understand why her saying it bothers y'all. I don't understand why her saying it bothers y'all. That argument could have completely been avoided. I hated to see it. It was stupid. You know, then when Simone said, you know, you keep using it and making you act like a victim, and then Contessa lost it because she did it and not. Just emotions was running high. Everybody was sensitive. It was just too much tears for my bloodstream. And I'm glad that they hurry up and got that shit over, and Simone brought her ass over and apologized to Contessa, okay? And Scott came over and calmed down, and it just was a big old mess. I think part of the problem with this group of ladies, and Dr. Jackie said it best, is nobody know how to shut up. And that shit was so funny when Heavenly told Contessa, I'm just going to need you to do one thing right now. Shut the hell up. Just shut up. And it's so weird because when you have so many strong personalities, everybody be in a rush to get their opinion and their thoughts out. And it's like, girl, is this really what we finna do? See, if I was one of the married to medicine wives, the minute we would go on a trip or something, in the back of my mind, I'd be like, girl, I am not gonna be the one that's gonna be in the middle of an argument at the party tonight. I will not be the one that's on an iconic fight on the boat. Shit, they need to stay off boats, and the housewives need to stay off boats too, because shit, Portia got kicked in her coochie fucking around with Cynthia on a goddamn boat. Stay the hell off them damn boats. After Simone and Contessa had a reconciliation, Mariah decides that she is going to apologize to Dr. Damon for that whole rumor about, and I heard your husband was out there cheating. Honestly and truthfully, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe Mariah heard that. I believe that's some shit Mariah made up to get back at Dr. Damon. You know, she apologized. But even that confessional was nice nasty, because it was like, I'm not going to talk about families, and, you know, whatever I hear about somebody in the street is not my job to repeat it. Well, here's the thing about that hearing shit in the streets. I'm not a fan of running back and spreading beauty shop talk about people, because watch this. Watch how easy this is. Child, Nessa girl, I heard Aiden was messing with somebody down to the hospital, bitch. Girl, they say he's sleeping up and down the street, all up and down the goddamn aisle, in the hospital with the nurses and the orderlies and the boy janitors. That's what I heard, girl. Like, anybody can hear anything. And just as quickly as I just made up that whole anecdote, and I'm gonna go to a salon and say it, you gonna run with that and tell it it's unfounded. Like, so I don't get into all that I heard this. I mean, bitch, anybody can hear anything. This is what I need. I need a I saw. I need a my sister was at the movies and my sister saw Damon. I need, you know, I even take my sister best friend was at Costco and saw Damon kissing a lady in the hallway. At least then we can track back, double back, reach back, and figure out what the fuck going on. But just I heard, they said, the people said, what people? What people said? Who is they? And what all did you hear? And who all did you hear from? You get what I'm saying? So I do respect the fact that Mariah apologized for them lies that she damn told. Because I'm convinced they lies and she ain't heard damn shit. She ain't heard shit. Heavenly is going to host the couple's questions. Now, bitch, everybody and their mama in that thing was nervous as hell. And I thought Heavenly was finna get ready to ask everybody questions. And I love the fact that they flipped it. And Heavenly allowed them to ask her questions. And I'm glad that the group, knowing how hard it is for Heavenly to be vulnerable, and knowing that Heavenly is not open whatsoever to discussing her marriage on television, that they respected boundaries and didn't go too far. Quad was the only one who asked a risque question, which was, did she trap Damon? And she said yeah. And Damon's, you know, it's so funny because they love each other. He felt the need to run to her defense. And he was like, well, you didn't trap me because I knew you were my wife. Yeah, but Heavenly asked, you know, she sped along the process and got pregnant because, bitch, she wanted you. She said, bitch, you wasn't going no goddamn well. So, I mean, Dr. Damon, we going to side with Heavenly answer, and we going to let your answer subordinate hers. Y'all, although at the end of the day, y'all had the same goal, you had two separate agendas. Okay. Eugene working with that lady with that high blood pressure. You know, so many times we get so caught up in them going shopping and going out to drink and throwing cocktails on one another and having parties that we forget how interesting it can be to see these people work within the confines of their professions. I enjoyed that 10-12 minute segment, seeing the doctors do their work, seeing Eugene in action. Like, I was enthralled seeing Jackie piggyback. Like, Married to Medicine, there are so many different offshoots and areas y'all could go in if you actually covered these doctors being doctors and not shopping and fussing and carrying on all the damn time. Quad and Simone, when they were sitting down to their sofa and that roach crawled on Simone's arm, that was funny as hell. But I do like the fact that Simone pulled Quad to the side and was like, you know, girl, I know this may be rough for you, and you ain't got to pretend like you happy if you're not happy. If you're not happy, that's okay. Come over here and sit with me and Simone, and see me and Cecil, and take Tammy place. Last but not least, because this was a slow episode, it was pretty non-eventful. Like everything happened at the top half, was the seashell exercise. You know, Simone and Cecil, I will say, they do come up with the best exercises, and I loved that. I loved Quad's response, although I don't believe it's something that she was going to be able to let go in that moment, still going through a divorce. I can understand if the divorce was finalized, but the whole, at least she's able to verbalize what it is she needs to do to move on. Simone's was deep. She was like, I'm going to have to let this thing go with Tammy or end this relationship. You know, it's weird because Heavenly made a point last season that if you love your wife and if you put your wife first, then there should be no issue in you having to cut this woman off. You know, I don't know if I could have cut Tammy off. Perhaps I would have modified the relationship, but maybe Cecil and Simone deemed that a modification wasn't possible at this time because all it was going to do was segue back into what it was once they get comfortable and Simone lets it go, and maybe the best course of action was to cut it off. But that's got to be hard. And you would think, though, you would think that just as a woman, that Tammy would have modified the relationship out of love for Cecil. But instead, it felt like Tammy was saying, I'm your best friend. I'm going to be here regardless. And your wife just going to have to get with the program. And it sucks because, yes, he strengthened his marriage, but he lost a friend. Or, you know, I don't know. I just think there was a better way that could have been handled than him having to cut Tammy off altogether. Especially considering the fact that he was not romantically involved. Well, but some would argue that he was emotionally involved with Tammy. I don't know, Simone. Maybe if you suck dick, if you fuck the man and stop hollering all the goddamn time, Tammy, Donkey Kong looking ass wouldn't have had an opportunity to get to him. Just when we thought Heavenly was all with the process, you know, like Iyanla Vanzant says, tell me that you'll be here to the end and that you will stick with the process. Just when we thought Heavenly was with the process, she came with the bullshit. She didn't want to put nothing in her comb. Heavenly has said, you know what, I had gave y'all enough about my marriage. Heavenly, you can find one thing about Damon that upsets you, or one thing that makes you mad. All this, I only see the good, I married so perfect. Girl, bye. Heavenly, you better cut that shit out. And I'm telling you why. We know how this reality TV shit goes. You know what I'm saying? You better take a line. You better take a look at Dr. Jackie storyline. Dr. Jackie was walking around here, okay, not contributing nothing. She's so above the drama, and she got hit with the most mess at the most inopportune time. Heavenly, I would hate for that to happen to you. Give the universe just a little bit so they don't take a lot. Toya and Eugene, you know, her with her bouncing her energy off Eugene, that was a good one. And Mariah with the whole family thing going back and forth, that was a good one. I said it now, I'm going to say it again, I've said it before. Married to Medicine is the best reality TV show that is on TV right now because it is still chronicling real life events and not made up gatherings and cups and shit being tossed at people. And anyway, that's a go. I got to get in here and run a couple of errands, and I'm going to call y'all back with these housewife hoes from last night in the introduction of Shamari DeVoe. And I'll call you back good. Bye.